Yes, it's the weekend, and it's been a funny day today. I wonder how everyone else has spent their day. Let's see who's in the chat. Okay. Oh, it's Andrew. It's just the three of us. So let's have a good chat. How are you, Andrew?
Andrew's okay. He's already replied to me. Will's here as well, English Will.
How are you seeing this? Are you ahead of me on the chat? Oh, hello, Will.
No.
And Rory's here. Philomena's here, confirming YouTube. Thank you. Yeah, that had a bit of delay on the chat there.
Oh, very strange. My day's been pretty damn good, thank you. First off, I had pasty for dinner. You can't get better than a pie. The only possible exemption to that would be a pie that you can fit in your hand, which is basically the roll of a pasty.
I suppose it is. Or a pork pie.
Yeah, but do you like picking pork pies up? They're a bit lardy for that. They're a bit slippery.
A slippery pie.
Well, you know, they're not. There's no grip on a pork pie, is there?
Oh, how big is your pork pie?
However big the one out of Sainsbury's is, I don't know. I've never measured it. I do want to make one though. They look awesome.
You shouldn't need to have grip on a pork pie. That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, but it's because it's kind of slippery, as I say. You know, the lard. Chat knows what I'm going on about. They agree with me. Chat always agrees with me.
Yeah, but grip.
Well, how else would you describe it?
I don't know. I don't.
This is you and your overly analytical mind.
No, just I don't know. I've never used the word grip in relation to a pie. It's very odd. Good evening, everyone.
Would you say the same about a chicken leg? You got yourself a nice breaded drumstick. Would you claim that has a good grip potential?
I don't do breaded drumsticks.
Do you do breaded breasts?
No. Why on earth would you bread it?
Because it's so tasty. You have the crunch of what is effectively toast, but fried toast. And then you have the meat. The meaties.
Well, when it comes to an unbreaded one, then yes, they're a pain to hold, certainly. I'm sure everyone's done that barbecue trick where you have.
I'm sure everyone's absolutely riveted by this discussion. I just wanted to cram the word meaties into it somehow.
Welcome to your first lesson in greasy food and how to carry it. Speaking of which, if anyone likes cheese on toast, how the hell do you hold your bread? And do you eat the whole slice, or do you cut it in half like a big girl?
Oh, I thought you were going to say, do you throw half of it away or something?
No, why would you waste?
Well, the way you said, do you eat the whole thing?
Like, do you lift the whole slice and eat the whole slice, or do you cut it in half and?
No, if you cut it in half, that's baby mode. I have no respect for baby mode. What you need to do, right? Both English Will and Philomena are in baby mode, so they're in the baby corner.
You just insulted them both.
I have negative respect for that. What I do have respect for, and this is what I do, which is why I respect it, I buy smaller bread. You buy smaller bread, you don't need to cut it in half. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, but then you're automatically in baby mode then, aren't you?
No, because it's a full-size slice of bread.
But it's the equivalent of half a slice of grown-up bread.
Doesn't matter.
No.
It doesn't matter at all. It's a full slice of bread.
Well, no, I don't agree. Andrew says depends on the size of the loaf. Romewood says whole slice, don't have time to slice. Well said. Adult mode. Rory says, I cut my Marmite on toast in half diagonally and feed the crust to my dog. Aw. Philomena says, Jordan is counterfeit and homosexual.
I'm surprised you read that one out.
I did put it up on the screen. I don't
suppose
it does now, does it? Who buys small bread, says Adam. Exactly. That's baby mode, right?
It's the only decent bread they sell.
Philomena says, cut it in half like a real human, and Phyllis Bear told Philomena what she just said about you was racist.
Well, now, where do you stand on the idea of buying normal sized bread and then cutting it in half and flipping it over onto itself so you end up with what is effectively a sandwich?
What, folding a slice of bread in half?
Yeah, and like for cheese on toast in half is what I meant.
Oh no, no! Oh my
Why
god,
not?
no!
What's
Why?
wrong with that?
Why would you? How thin would you have to put the cheese on to fold it over?
How thick would you have to put it on in order so you not be able to fit that in your mouth?
Oh, I'm not saying you couldn't fit it. I'm just saying there would be too much cheese per the bread ratio.
No, because you would have the same amount of cheese and bread. You'd just fold it over.
Yeah, but it's going to be a thick bulk of cheese in the middle.
Yeah, but it's soaked up by the fact you've got 2 bits of bread.
You just don't like touching anything greasy, do you? Back to the original question. How does everyone hold the toast? Do you grip the corner and hope that it doesn't snap off? Or do you hold it like you would hold up a plate if you were serving someone in a restaurant with a couple of fingers underneath it?
I do the latter. Or, if I've got very well toasted bread, I'll hold it on the corner.
And have you ever done that, the plate thing, and then dropped it and it always lands cheese side down? I've done that. Slap straight onto the floor.
But you don't eat over a table.
No, that's when I'm taking it out of the grill.
Oh, right, fair enough. No, if you're taking cheese on toast out of a grill is lethal.
It's precarious. Yes, you have to be very careful.
It's properly lethal. I burnt my finger the other day on the same sort of thing, actually. What was I eating? I think I may have told you about it. I burnt myself. Do you remember?
Was I listening?
Probably not.
I don't think I was listening.
I'm with Stephen, 5-second rule. Just pick it up and eat it. It's fine.
Yeah, that's a good reminder. It does depend. Hang on a minute. What are we talking about with eggs? I feel that we're having different conversations here, Johnny, not pal. Not too much.
There's
The egg seems to
There's a
slide
previous comment going on here. I want to know what it is.
We like
Toasted cheese on crumpets. Oh no, that doesn't sound good.
There's no place for an egg. There should not be an egg.
What's your opinion on scrambled eggs?
I can't do any kind of dried eggs. Can't do it.
What do you mean dried eggs? What sort of scrambled egg are you having where it's dry?
Well, it's not runny yolk. I have to have a runny yolk. It's only 2 ways I eat egg. 3 ways. Poached, boiled, and fried.
So you don't like hard boiled?
No. Oh, God, no. Smells like fart.
I'll agree that hard boiled egg is a little on the odd side.
Yeah, poached eggs are amazing.
Andrew's in on this egg and cheese game and all.
No.
Seasoned with salt and basil. What the hell?
Egg and cheese on toast.
It's Gordon Ramsay.
Look, Rome Wood says, who has eggs with their cheese on toast? You don't get to call it cheese on toast if you're adding eggs to it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I fully agree. When you fry the egg, do you flip the egg over?
Yes.
Okay. May I suggest a new technique?
Go on.
What you do?
No, I don't. Sorry. I scoop the oil over the top of the egg, sunny side up. I used to.
That's exactly what I was about to say. You need to get a little spoon and just kind of flick it over the top, just so it goes white, and then just a tiny little bit more, and then it's done.
Yeah, I used to flip them, but there's a risk of the yolk breaking, and there's a risk of leaving it in the pan too long, and then you've got this hard rind.
It overcooks. It's not nice.
Maiden Cormer says, what about gypsy toast? I've no idea what that is. If you'd like to explain, I'd love to hear it. Egg, cheese, and corned beef. What? I feel like people are winding me up now. This can't be true. Bacon on cheese on toast. That's an interesting proposition. I do like egg and bacon, and I do like bacon and cheese. But I don't like bacon and cheese together.
Oh, bacon and cheese together is 10 out of 10.
We're never going to agree on food. You know.
I know. Gypsy toast apparently is eggy bread. I've never heard it called gypsy toast before.
Eggy bread. Blech.
Eggy bread is so good.
It sounds rank.
It is so good, Joe. You would love eggy bread.
And Michael Pagan showing us all up. Omelette with salmon and Gruyere, the best. Andrew says bacon, brie, and a gherkin.
He just loves his gherkins. He's getting ready for when he can grow them all. Are they courgettes, aren't they? The little courgettes. No, wait. Aren't they cucumbers? Whichever one it is, he's going to grow them. He's going to make his own gherkins.
What about a bacon and cheese pastry turnover?
That sounds pretty good to me.
I've never had a savoury turnover. I think the only ones I've really had are apple. Like a sweet one.
I like apple turnovers. I can't stand the ones you buy out of shops because they're always mangy.
Do you have something you want to tell everyone, Andrew? It's okay.
He's expecting.
Hasdak says, nice with brown sauce, eggy bread. I won't fault brown sauce. Very good. I don't know. I'm genuinely such a picky eater. Everyone would hate to live with me.
I stand by the fact you would love eggy bread.
Maybe. I've never tried
Nice
it.
bit of eggy bread, some bacon. Oh,
I don't like the idea of it.
So good.
So
If you have some homemade baked beans and all, it's even better.
Oh my God, get off the bean thing. How do you make eggy bread?
What you do with eggy bread, you get an egg, break the egg open. Naturally, you don't just have an egg and rub it on some bread. That's not how you do it. You then beat it up.
Hear it.
You then beat it up. You put in some salt and pepper, and then you put the bread in, kind of squish it down a little bit, flip the bread over, squish it down a little bit,
Hold on, you do this in a bowl?
The egg. Yeah, in a bowl, absolutely.
You didn't mention the bowl. Okay, so you break it in a bowl, you mix it with a fork for a bit.
Yeah.
Put a slice of bread in there. And
No, salt and pepper.
Sorry, you season it, then you put a slice of bread in there.
Dead on.
And the egg soaks into the bread.
Exactly. You soak it in there for a little bit. You kind of mush it around to make sure it all gets in good and proper. Okay. Then you fry it.
In lard?
Well, in any sort of oil, it doesn't matter.
It should be lard.
It should be bacon juice.
Well, short of having some bacon juice on hand.
But that's what you do. You make some bacon.
Right, Made in Cornwall says, right, Hasdak says soak bread and egg. Made in Cornwall, this is like a recipe, but in stages. Soak bread and egg from Hasdak. Let it soak for ages, says Made in Cornwall. Not in the bath, says Johnny Not Powell. Good to know. Because that's an easy mistake to make, right? Ragnar says, and fry it in butter. Michael Pagan suggests with cinnamon. I can't stand cinnamon.
That's your favourite spice.
Hate it. Salted butter, says Ragnar. Does it matter if it's salted or not? Because if you're going to season the egg anyway.
I don't think it would, no.
I've never really understood the difference between salted or unsalted butter.
One is salted and one is not.
Yeah, but I mean, I've seen people... Genius.
What you do?
People list out a recipe for this, and it comes to unsalted butter. And then as they start adding things to the recipe, they add salt to the mix.
It's so you can control the amount of salt.
So how much salt is in the average block of butter?
It's actually quite a lot.
Would it make sense to always just buy unsalted butter and just add your own salt?
Because just unsalted butter on a sandwich is a bit mangy.
Right.
But you can do it. It doesn't matter, but,
Michael Pagan says the salt can burn. Is that what makes butter burn then when you fry it?
I think butter just burns in general.
Unsalted butter is generally used for baking.
Exactly.
Fair enough. This is an amazing conversation. How did we start? Oh, with pork pies and pasties.
With this griffy meaties, I believe is the term.
Here's a quick question for the chat. Cheese on toast or Welsh rarebit? Let's have a 1 for cheese on toast and a 2 for Welsh rarebit.
I've only had Welsh rarebit once. My experience with it was not the best because I was a child. And my dad got the single stinkiest cheese known to mankind to make it with. And then he then paired it with the second stinkiest cheese known to mankind. And it stank. It stank so bad you wouldn't believe it.
Was one of those camembert?
Oh no, this was like camembert on crack. It was awful.
Oh,
It
brilliant.
tasted really good, but the smell was so bad it kind of permeated and it was stuck around for about 3 days.
Oh,
It was.
Limburger, Roan is suggesting.
It weren't good, let me tell you.
That's a proper stinky cheese, isn't it?
You hadn't heard of stinking bishop until the other week. We were talking about it, hadn't we?
Yeah, that's not exactly like a USP, is it? I don't look at that and think, wow, this is going to be amazing. I just think, wow, this is going to smell like feet. Tash wants to know what Welsh rarebit is. Do you want to explain? I've only had it once ages ago as well. I'm going to have to actually look it up.
I'm actually going to have to Google this myself. I can
I know
hardly
I
even
don't like
remember.
it. Okay.
I think it's just lots of cheeses melted onto some toast. And you put mayonnaise in it, if I remember right. I'm trying to remember. 1 second.
Well, I'm on the BBC website because that's always a place to go to.
That's the source of all truth. Do you want to put it on screen or should I?
Bloody hell, look at the list on this.
We can't.
Right, I'm going to put it up on the screen. This is weird. 1 second.
Flour, butter, beer, cheddar, mustard, Worcester sauce. Oh, good old mustard.
Here we go. Can everyone see that? Shall I zoom that in a bit?
If you could zoom in just a little bit, that way I'm not having to squint.
Right,
there we go. Thank you very much, dear.
There we go. Right, so Hugh, yeah, whatever. These are the ingredients for Welsh rarebit.
Daffod has summed this up perfectly. He is the chef. He knows what he's going on about. He says, cheesy sauce on toast, bit of mustard.
Oh, perfect. That saved us such a lot of work. Thank you, Daffod.
What sort of cheese can you use?
Why would you have beer?
They're all using cheddar. Why are they all using cheddar? Why are they going baby mode? You need the horrific stinky cheese that my dad got.
No, because you want something edible. Sorry for anyone who likes French cheese, but yuck.
I don't even think it was French. It was just excessively stinky.
I used to think they were the same as well, Johnny Not Pal. I thought the Welsh were just being precious and, just giving it a special name. But they are actually different things. So,
cool saying. There is a bit of an irony to the Welsh dish having English mustard in it. It must be said. I just realised that.
Oh, and it's granary bread. I'm definitely out.
No, you don't do brown bread, do you?
It's rank. I don't mind black pepper, Worcester sauce. English mustard is a little bit tangy for me, but fair play. Don't have an issue with cheddar, as you know. I love cheddar. Can't stand beer or the smell of beer. Flour and butter. Flour. Oh, you make a roux with the flour. Okay. Stir in warm beer.
What is the difference between a bechamel and a roux?
A roux is just flour and butter, isn't it?
And what's a bechamel?
I don't know.
I'm partly waiting for Daffod to answer because in like this is the best part about this show. We can ask all sorts of questions.
We should call this Saturday show "Ask the Audience," shouldn't we? Really. Bechamel has milk. Thank you, Tash. There you go. So it's flour and butter for roux, and it's flour, butter, and milk for bechamel. Is that correct?
Yes,
Perfect.
Daffod confirms.
Right. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you both. I'm with Stephen. White bread is bad for you. You should swap over to granary bread.
If granary bread tasted edible, I would eat it. I actually don't eat a lot of bread. So the way I see it is I'm going to eat white bread and I just don't have it very often. So there you go. Let's face it, anything you buy and don't make yourself is bad for you now.
You know, I'm actually trying to think the last time you even mentioned having bread.
Well, I had a sandwich yesterday. That's the first time in
that's all right.
weeks.
Yeah, I was about to say, you literally hardly eat it.
There you go. I'm with Johnny Not Pal. sounds very suspect. Basically, there's nothing you can do with cheese that cheddar cannot fix. Cheddar fixes most problems. And if you have to mix it, if you have to create something with it, no, just no. This is why I am a cheese on toast purist. Slice of bread, cheddar cheese, job done.
What is the second best cheese?
There is no second best. There's just cheddar.
You literally don't eat anything other than cheddar.
No, that's not true. I've eaten red Leicester. It's okay.
That's basically cheddar.
Well, but it's a different colour, so it
That's
counts.
Midlands cheddar.
Lancashire, says Daffyd. There you go. That's Lancashire cheese. I don't know.
See,
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I think Andrew's on. He says Brie is the second best cheese.
No, why? Why, Andrew? Call yourself an Englishman.
Where do you put...
Extra mature cheddar. There you go.
That's what I was laughing at.
Goat cheese is boss. Tash. No, come on.
Goat cheese is so good.
It's sour.
It's not sour. What sort of weird cheese are you eating?
Well, goat cheese is sour. Goat milk is rank.
Goat milk is perfectly nice. Nothing wrong with goat milk.
No, I'm sorry. Right, Johnny Not Powell says, has to be mature cheddar, can't stand weak cheese. I agree.
Fully agree.
Sir Francis. Look, these true Englishmen are stepping up now. Cheddar all day long, says Sir Francis. And then there's Andrew, pregnant Andrew, who says mozzarella.
In terms of cooking, I would agree that mozzarella is the best cheese, because pizza.
Yeah, I'll give you that. For pizza, it is the best. It's designed to melt, so fair play. Stilton with port, says Rory.
Stilton is so good.
Stilton's the mouldy one, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Blue veins, which is technically mould. I normally throw things away when mould appears. I'm not going to go and buy them. Sean says extra mature. There you go. No point in mild cheddar whatsoever.
What about like a nice gorgonzola?
No. Pepper jack. I've not tried pepper jack, but I've heard of it.
I have tried it. It's very, very strange. Very strange. I know how I feel about a spicy cheese.
Is it pepper flavoured, or is there like peppers strewn throughout it?
Oh no, there's like proper chilies hidden inside the cheese.
Okay. Well, I suppose if you like a bit of a kick. So what kind of cheese is pepper jack? It's
cheddar.
It's a cheddar, I believe. Cheese. Okay.
Yeah. It's quite strange.
Uh-oh. You've lost Englishman points here, Johnny Not Powell. I'm only joking. Everyone likes what they like, and fair play. But for me, it has to be cheddar. There you go. Picky eater, like I said. I've not been exposed to all the wonders of the world when it comes to cooking, except for those that I chose to engage with myself. So,
I would love to own a cheese shop.
Oh God, I
think of
worse.
No, I think of all shops I would love to own, it would either be a cheese shop or a charcuterie, a meat shop.
Now that I could get on board with.
The meat shop would be amazing.
Can you imagine just when you're walking into work every day and smelling all the different flavours and seasonings? It'd be wonderful.
Oh, it'd be so good.
Absolutely wonderful. Daffyd says this country doesn't need foreign cheeses.
I fully agree. Our cheeses are fantastic. Honestly, I feel sorry for the rest of the world. I'm slightly embarrassed that they even exist trying to make cheese. Why don't they just do something else? Save time.
They compete, honestly. They should just give up now.
Yeah, they don't compete with your substandard nonsense.
Rory's asking, has anyone been to Cheddar Gorge?
I have not.
That's how I'd feel made in Cornwall. The foot shop. Drost is saying white Stilton, tangy fresh piquant, my favourite, and it isn't mouldy. Okay, that's one I would consider.
I do not like that at all. I've had underripe Stilton. It's not good.
Is that what it is? It's unripened.
I would imagine so. I'm not sure. I've had underripe still, and it's not good.
No, you don't have to leave. It's only food. Just remember, keep all these recipes, everyone. Nothing wrong with Somerset Brie, says Rory. Oh, look, everyone's getting on the jokes tonight. Sean says, make cheddar great again.
That's one of those that builds up.
I will say grating cheese is an awful chore. It's horrible. The cheese kind of slips between your fingers and you have to really grip it. You've got fingerprints in the block. Horrible. But I won't buy grated.
How hard are you gripping onto your bloody cheddar to the extent you're putting fingerprints into the...
I've got baby hands. I have to really look in. Otherwise it slips out of my hand.
Do you want somebody to invent some sort of special cheese holder for you?
That would be great. There you go, gang. You've got at least one guaranteed customer if you invent something. Like a cheese claw or something. I don't know. Something to grip the cheese so I can grate it without scraping the skin off my knuckles or dropping it. That's a fair point by Daffyd. Don't judge British cheeses by some of the supermarket shite. That's a fair point. Yeah, a lot of the food that we think we don't like is because we buy it from supermarkets, and the unfiltered homemade version is so much nicer. So even if you start to grow or make your own food, don't be put off by something you've tried before. At least give it a try if you're making it from scratch or growing it from scratch, because you may be pleasantly surprised by the results. I don't get Edam, says Johnny Not Power. I've never had Edam, although I've had Mini Baby Bell. Is that Edam?
Basically, yes, I think.
Why is that funny? Why are you laughing at me?
Because that was hilarious.
Cough it up. Okay, what are you showing us?
I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to take a look at some Z of British cheeses. Admittedly, this is just about the smallest scroll bar I've ever seen. Can you see that over there? I'm not sure you can. Yeah, you can just about.
Yes.
You see how tiny that little scroll bar is, considering this has pictures. And we have an inordinate amount of cheeses in this country. So we can zoom in a little bit.
Sean says, frankly, I don't give a damn. I didn't say Edam was British, Tash, but I do appreciate that. I wasn't quite sure where it came from. But Mini Baby Bell is sold in British supermarkets. That's the only reason I've eaten it. And I'm ashamed to admit this while we're talking about real cheese. I've had Dairyly.
Dairyly is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I will defend that because as a child I used to enjoy it on toast. It's very nice.
Just as American cheese grated Monterey Jack, sometimes they even use cheese. It's that plastic rubbish that they put on burgers that really offends me.
How's that cheese look to you, Joe?
I hope that's a wrapper.
It is.
Good.
You don't get black cheese.
Why?
It's nettles. Okay, the cheese is wrapped in nettles, producing a dark grey-black rind.
You could get black cheese, couldn't you? If you let it get completely mouldy.
Maybe if the Egyptians dug it up or something, I don't know. Took it out of the tomb, maybe it would be black then.
Hang on, go back. What was that one? Scottish one? Crowdy. Okay. Oh, soft cheese. I can't even have... is it clotted cream? Blech.
What's wrong with clotted cream?
Oh, no, actually, it's... No, it's not called...
I'll be honest, this doesn't look great.
Is it? Yeah, it looks like vomit.
I'd give it a go. I will say, I don't know what's happening with that.
I was talking about clotted cream.
What's wrong with clotted cream?
Just bring up a picture of it.
Clotted cream is lovely.
And cream cheese. Ugh.
Once again, what is wrong with clotted cream?
Look at it.
I'm trying. There you go. Look, what's wrong with that? That is a good-looking bit of cream. Chat, get ready to be jealous. I actually have clotted cream right now. I have scones. I told Joe about this just before we went live.
Homemade scones.
Exactly. And no, I did not make them because what was the last thing I tried to cook? It didn't go well, let me put it that way.
It's not clotted cream I'm thinking of. What's the one that looks like basically white scrambled eggs?
White scrambled eggs.
I can't think what it is. It looks like vomit, bleached vomit. Like watery, but with lumps in it. Cottage cheese, thank you.
Cottage cheese.
That's what I was thinking
I've
of.
never had that.
Oh, have a look at it. Blech.
What the in Christ is this war crime?
Look at it. Blech.
He's put strawberries with it. That's not natural at all.
Cottage cheese for babies, was that? Well, who'd give that to
Where?
their child if they love them? The picture you were just on. Cottage cheese recipes.
Babies.
Why? Why would it first food's a baby? Sure, if you want your baby to never eat anything else. It's ready Breck, says Philomena.
There is nothing wrong with Ready Break. Ready Break was awesome.
In fairness, I love Ready Breck, and it looks nothing like that. That's just a failure. Cottage cheese, there you go. That's probably the most accurate description of it. The only cheese you've never tried, Daffyd, I wonder why. Is it because it looks like bleached vomit? One Easy Money says it's cheese curds. Yeah, but even so.
I don't.
Right, I think I win
I
the
don't get
fussy
down with
to crown, I'm afraid. Johnny, not pal. Okay, what else have we got? Double Gloucester.
That looks pretty good.
That does look nice. Oh, layered with Stilton. Damn, they ruined it. Oh, there's one called Dunlop. How very English. But it's Scottish.
Well, it's Scottish, I should hope, love.
Huntsman, Double Gloucester with Stilton. Why? Why are you ruining all these cheeses?
No, let's take a look at this. I've never heard of this before. This, by the way, is apparently all the cheeses we produce. So Reader's Digest, go and put that where the sun doesn't shine, please, and thank you.
There you go. Sean says, I think only perverts like Stilton.
No, Stilton's very good. Oh, it's this cheese. I've seen this. No, I don't like the idea of this.
Oh, no. It's like a cake, except vomit.
A cheesecake?
Yeah, but not, no. Johnny Not Pal says, anyone tried Kasu Matsu? Trust me, don't do it. Kasu Matsu, never heard of it. Is that actually a cheese? Or is that something else? It's literally like feet. Do you want me to put that back so you can spell it? Sorry. There you go. Kasu Matsu. Can you see that?
Yep, I'm just looking it up. Ooh, that does not look good at all. Oh, no, that actually somehow... First impressions of this is about as good as it gets.
Oh, no. What is that?
I don't know. This looks like a war crime.
That's like cottage cheese in a cheese shield. I don't like that at all. It's like the side of a pale pumpkin. So someone's rammed it with rank cheese. Is the whole thing? Do you eat?
There you go. Look at that. All picture of it.
Oh no!
An illegal cheese. Okay, I need to find out. I have to find out. What on earth is?
Cheese. Oh, it's maggot cheese. They put maggots in it. No. If you have to add maggots to anything, it must be incredibly rank if maggots are the highlight. Oh, Italy, what are you doing?
It takes 2 to 3 months for the eggs to hatch and start eating the rotting cheese.
So what do you eat? The flies?
This is somehow even worse. If the maggots are dead, the cheese is no good.
So what, when you cut it open, do a bunch of flies fly out at you? How does this work?
I don't
If the
want
cheese
to
is
know.
good, what's to stop them just eating all the cheese? In which case you're left with a mouldy rubbish carcass of something you wouldn't have eaten in the first place. How do you get the maggots in there, or does it just attract flies?
Oh, 1 minute. I have this. This is a very rare sentence indeed.
Go
The
on.
European Union's actually done something right
They banned it.
because of European Union health hygiene rules. The cheese has been outlawed, and offenders face heavy crimes.
Well, can you just go back and tell me what the process is? The whole thing.
Fermentation. It's created by leaving whole pecorino outside, with part of the rind removed to allow the eggs of the cheese fly to be laid in the cheese. Lovely. The eggs hatch and they begin to eat the cheese. The acid from the maggot's digestive system breaks down the fat. Yummy. Making the cheese very soft by the time it's ready for consumption.
Oh, is that because they've sucked it up and regurgitated it back out?
Yes. That's
Brilliant. So it's basically, that's fly vomit.
That's fly sick soup.
Brilliant. Yeah, I'm going to pass. Rory Herbert is asking, Jordan, when you have your scones, do you put on the jam first or the cream?
Jam first, then cream.
Oh, and Johnny Powell said he thinks it's made from sheep milk. Is that correct?
Oh, if it's pecorino, it will be. This is actually awful. Anyone with a weak stomach, Joe included, just close your eyes.
I don't have a weak stomach. Go for it. Oh, is that the maggots? Yum.
Yeah. That's vile.
Maggot soup. Yum.
No, that's nasty. That can go away. That can go put it where the sun doesn't shine.
One Easy Money says you need a good summer sausage with some good cheese cracker. That is workable. I'll agree with that.
Absolutely.
Philomena says, there you go. I agree.
She summed it up perfectly, I think.
Yeah, Sean says it's almost truffle territory, being expensive or rare or illegal. I imagine there's probably a black market in this rank cheese. And that was a line that she shouldn't have crossed, right? Johnny, not Powell.
It sounds like something that should be out of Hello Hello. You'd expect the illegal cheese trade with the evil Nazis not wanting us to have our cheese. And then you've got the copper coming along. Good morning. I smell your illegal cheese.
Oh, God. Eat the bug cheese, bigot, says Sean. Eat the bug cheese, bigot. Eat the bug cheese, bigot. Either way that works. Surname The Fly. Yeah, that's disgusting. But there will be a black market in that. That is probably as expensive as truffles. Who knew? The things that people do to themselves. Then again, the people who like that cheese are not going to care when we all have to eat bugs because they're technically already doing it. Cheese-flavoured bugs, I suppose. So do people eat the maggots, or do the maggots just make the cheese soft by eating it?
I think they just make it soft.
So it's basically fly poop and vomit.
Yes.
In a bowl.
In a bowl made of its own cheese, in fairness.
I'm really starting to hate cheese now. Can we change the subject? It's one of the few foods I actually do like. Can we attack something I don't like? What's the weirdest food anyone has tasted? Anywhere. On holiday, overseas, at home. The weirdest food. Something you would not recommend even to your worst enemies.
You should start.
The weirdest food.
Hmm.
All cauliflower cheese is rank.
Yeah, cauliflower cheese is a bit strange.
Michael Pagan says they chew the maggots. So there you go. You get a bit of protein there, a bit of extra protein with your cheese. Sergeant Bob says monkey. You've had monkey? I don't even know what to say. Is that genuine? And if so, what did it taste like?
I quite like Sean's comment, to be honest. What a strange stream. What a cream jam fly boot vomit.
English Will says seafood. Part fish, that's it.
Sea cucumber is a bit weird.
Oh, apart from fish. Philomena, come on. Really? That's the weirdest thing you've ever had.
Chocolate hobnobs are lovely.
Tash says squid. Strange texture. I couldn't eat
love
anything that's
squid.
still moving on my plate, that's for sure.
No, I love squid. Squid is lovely.
Could you eat food that's still moving? That you have to kill on your plate?
No, I'm not into that.
Maiden Cornwall says monkey nuts. I don't eat
What's wrong with peanuts?
so I'm not quite sure what monkey nuts are, like which
Peanuts?
Is that all they are?
Yeah, they're just peanuts. Peanuts are yummy.
Johnny Not Powell says those edible twigs. Do you mean twiglets? Tastes like licorice. I can't remember what they're called. Do you mean
twiglets, I think.
Yeah, they're rank.
Oh, 1 minute, wrong screen. Wrong screen. There we go.
Most mollusks, says Sean. Oh, we talked about winkles before, didn't we? Has anyone eaten winkles? They're a coastal delight if you have no taste. Okay, Zant says grilled squid. Sean says octopus salad in grease. Right. Okay, let's have a look at this. Sea cucumber. Sea cucumber is weird. I don't like it. I don't like that. It looks like intestines.
The thing is,
it's essentially a big slug.
Who looks at that and thinks to themselves, yeah, I want to eat that. That looks amazing. Oh, I can't wait to tuck into that sea slug.
I can't eat winkles. They're essentially snails. I can't do it. Oh, okay. Johnny Not Powell says it's actually called licorice wood. So it wasn't
I've never heard of that before.
Do you want to have a look and see what that is?
Yes, I do. Oh, it is by the looks of actual bark. That can't be what you're eating.
Edible bark.
I can't stand licorice. I have a real genuine hatred of it. It's that aniseed flavour. I don't like fennel for the same reason. It has an awful, awful flavour.
I don't like aniseed, like pure aniseed, but I did used to chomp on blackjacks when I was a kid.
No, I can't stand it. It's so bitter and weird. What is that taste?
It is bitter and weird. I mean, blackjacks are laden with sugar, aren't they, to offset the nasty bitterness of the licorice, or the aniseed, sorry. So Francis says tofu. That's on his hated list. Rubbery, tasteless and nasty, never again. Sea cucumber is weird. It looks like intestines. I'm sorry. Maiden Cornwall says poo animals. I'm not sure what that's in relation to, but I probably agree with you.
Well, it does look like one, doesn't it?
Zant says better than normal wood. Oh, that's very specific. Rory says jelly deals from Tubby Isaacs in Aldgate. Sean is asking where's the land urchin. That's a good point. That's discriminatory. Fearless Bear says I saw a Thai girl eat a rat. Oh, can we just talk about rats on sticks in some parts of the world? What is going on? And eggs, like actual embryos, being eaten. I was watching, what was that show with Carl Pilkington?
And
Does anyone remember?
I thought you were going to say Anthony Bourdain.
Oh, just look.
I love how it has its own Wikipedia page, simply titled "Rat on a Stick."
I mean, I suppose it keeps the rat population down, but I couldn't eat it.
Rat on a stick, also referred to as rat kebab.
Oh no. I mean, the phrase rat burger is a bit more wholesome, I think. Vegetarian food is pretty grim, says Sean. It's called sticky lice. Oh no. Edible bark is big in Korea, apparently.
Rat on a stick.
Zant says big rats in Thailand, plenty of meat. I suppose, it's meat is meat. Pet pretzels, says Johnny.
Can we just focus on this one sentence? This is amazing.
God.
Rat on a stick, also referred to as rat.
Roasted rat.
What? What? I don't understand. Why would you need to say also referred to as rat kebab? Who has edited this bloody page?
Someone who likes rat on the stick, obviously. Tastes like chicken. I'm calling shenanigans. Tastes like human. Probably. Sorry, Easy Money.
I can't get over rat on a stick.
Oh my God,
Sometimes referred to as rat kebab. What is that?
Yeah, he's broken. This is it now. That's the stream. Sorry.
Why is that so damn good? Oh God, that's amazing.
Zant says they gut them first. Who'd have thought? It says prior to roasting, the rat is typically skinned and washed, after which it's gutted to remove its internal organs and then roasted. Why not leave them in? Keep it moist.
You don't need moisture with your rat on a stick.
I really don't like that. If you want to make everyone really feel sick, go to the embryos, cooked embryos.
Oh, but they're not as funny as rat on a stick.
Oh, does everyone remember Roland Rat? A Roland roasted rat kebab. That is horrific. And apologies, Nico. Sorry. Rattas kebabas.
Here we go.
Oh, look at Philomena. Oh, it's about to eat that snail, isn't it?
Well, probably, but he's very, very wholesome and happy at least.
Slightly squeaked. Oh. You dirty rat. Ratatouille! It's his pal, the snail. Not for long. Please look up these embryos.
Be good friends.
Look up these embryos.
I'm sorry, I needed to start laughing for a second so I could see.
That is cute. Oh, mouse cat, why? No, we don't want to cook them. We want to preserve them. They are becoming endangered, I think Jonathan was saying.
Indeed.
Come on, embryos. You've ruined cheese for me. This is payback. I'm going to ruin eggs for you. Are you actually looking it up?
Yes.
Okay.
It just takes a while to get there.
You try not to do it.
No, I was struggling to work out the terms put in. I don't really understand why they eat this. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Okay, it's actually setting off my gag reflex. I'd forgotten just how bad it looks.
Which part?
That's rank.
Yeah, I know. See, I told you. You should have just left it. You couldn't just leave it, though, could you? Let's go back to rat on the stick.
We eat with our eyes, though. How can people eat that?
I tell you now, rat on the stick, also referred to as rat kebab, is just about the funniest thing I've seen all month.
What's the weirdest food that we have here in England, would you say? The weirdest thing?
The weirdest, that's a good question. I would say, well, not so much in England, but in the UK in general, haggis.
Yeah, haggis is...
Black pudding, I'll accept that as being a bit weird.
I think haggis is a Marmite thing, isn't it? You either love it or hate it. Maybe
Vindaloo.
Vindaloo is rank. It should be abolished.
The song's pretty good, though.
The song was amazing. Concrete. Johnny Up House says if you're starving, you'll eat anything. I don't know about anything. I draw the line at one of those embryos, I'll be honest.
Daffy just brought something up, and I wasn't sure what it was. And then I saw it, and I thought, oh, yes, I recognise what that is. It's fish pie with the heads poking out.
Oh, God, no. Why?
Because you're a star, Joe.
Why do you need to see the heads? Why?
How else are you meant to eat the fish? I don't understand.
Well, why not just remove the heads and cook the fish in the pie?
What's wrong with you? You don't find that appetizing?
It's like 4 and 20 blackbirds. I don't like it.
As Will says, show fish.
Oh, Made in Cornwall brings up sweetbread. Yeah,
what exactly is sweetbread? That's the...
It's
the spleen, isn't it?
I have a moral issue with sweetbread.
Is it because it lies?
Have a look at it.
1 second.
Easy Money says those duck embryos are called ballot or balut. Sorry, my pronunciation is probably really rubbish. English Will says show fish. I know I asked for weird, but wow. I don't know. I suppose it's not. It is weird. It's not like vomit-inducing like the other stuff. It's just very
unusual
to have the heads poking out like that.
Well, now what's your issue with sweetbread?
I don't know if I have an issue with sweetbreads. I may be confusing. Oh, it's veal. Is all sweetbread veal?
No. It's from any animal. There's a little sheep picture.
Sean says fish heads are a good source of fish eyes. Dangerfield says sweetbreads are an organ meant from the thymus gland and pancreas. Thank you for that. And Johnny Not Powell says, I don't want my dinner looking at me. Yeah, I have an issue with that too. No, it's foie gras that I've got an issue with.
No, that I don't accept that at all.
I don't know why I thought sweetbreads were the same thing. I'm obviously mistaken there.
To be fair, they kind of look the same.
Yeah, it's an ethical issue with foie gras. I won't. That's animal abuse. Can't do it.
It's always amazed me how that's been allowed to continue under the European Union.
To be fair, though, so is halal and kosher slaughter.
Well, indeed.
Incredibly harmful to animals.
Indeed. We have a moral objection with all that sort of stuff. I don't really understand how it is the European Union with their absurd nonsense laws allow certain things to go ahead, but seemingly they do.
Yeah, there's no.
Anyway, what are your thoughts on brawn, love?
I'm sorry, is that called head cheese?
Yeah, I don't like this Americanism of head cheese.
I don't like that framing at all. That's awful.
I don't either. It's an awful, absolutely appalling name.
Who mentioned brawn, by the way? Oh, someone did.
I believe it was Sean. I'm not sure.
I don't. Honestly, that looks like dog food.
That is Michael. Yeah, Michael Bacon.
Thank you, Michael, for that. That looks like dog food to me.
I've only ever had an Italian variant of brawn
Oh,
before,
pig's
and
head.
it was.
That's right. Sorry.
Yeah. As I was saying, I've only ever had an Italian variant of it before, and it was very, very nice, unbelievably gristly, but it had a really good taste. So I'm perfectly accepting of it. I have no issue with it.
How much meat is there, though, in a pig's head?
A lot, a hell of a lot.
That's interesting. You wouldn't think so looking at it. One Easy Money said, have you ever heard of Rocky Mountain oysters? Weirdly, I don't have an issue with that. Maybe it's because culturally I've seen it so many times. Like medieval roasts and stuff. It's just part of our culture.
I just want a picture of one opened up so you can see the sheer amount of meat. They have a hell of a lot.
Well, I suppose there must be a lot around the cheek area, right?
There's a lot all over the entire head. There is an extreme amount of meat on the pig's head. It is actually genuinely quite remarkable how much is there.
Oh,
If I am right, that is Scott Rees. Okay, good. I know this picture then. This here, you can kind of judge by the size of it, kind of. All that meat has come from one head.
wow.
There's a lot going on there.
Okay, that's fair enough. You know that picture of a pig's head in that cellophane there? I actually thought that was a duck with a big butt. Where the snout is, I thought that was a duck's butt from far away. Well, look, it does look like wings. Anyway, Rocky Mountain oysters is the next one.
I don't do testicles. No. Does anybody know, just while we're on the subject of pig, does anybody know if the South Koreans are still going absolutely mental and burying pigs?
Burying pigs?
Yeah, because they had an outbreak of the African swine flu.
Oh,
and it an unbelievably cruel practice, but for whatever reason, when they were culling them, they were just burying them alive.
Why not just kill them?
They were doing that for a while as well, but it was turning the rivers red.
Oh, well.
Yeah, like they just went absolutely crazy, and they killed off so many of their pigs.
You know, the way some people treat animals.
There you go.
Absolutely disgusting.
South Korea stopped streams of blood from cold pigs. Go away.
That's why these things are so offensive to us, I think, because we're such I wouldn't say a nation of animal lovers, as in everything across the board, but we certainly have respect for their well-being while they're alive.
Absolutely. The way that they were treating those was absolutely horrific. I haven't heard anything more about the African swine flu.
Well, you know, depends what's important to the media each week, doesn't it? I suppose.
I apologise. It's African swine fever, not flu. Vastly different things.
Rocky Mountain oysters. I need to catch up with the chat. I've had this on the screen.
I've already told you what they are.
What?
They're testicles.
Oh, no, you just said I'm not having testicles or something. I thought you were replying to someone in the chat.
No. The Rocky Mountain oysters, testicles. No, I'm not.
Thank you for clarifying.
I can't be having with such things. I don't do anything that is spherical nor a brain. So that also rules out eyeballs. I can't. No.
Now Daffod's on the jokes. I used to make it, but usually made a pig's ear out of it. But Mouse Cat says you can eat every part of the pig except the oink. Oh, Michael Pagan says Google uses of pig in manufacturing. I don't know if we want to. Someone mentioned, I think it was Sean, who said if we start looking up dogs, he's out. We're out if that's the case. So no dogs, we promise. Johnny Not Powell says, keep going, I will be vegan by the end of the stream. No, you won't.
You liar.
You'll never have time to tell another joke if you have to keep telling everyone you're a vegan every time you enter the room. Good evening, Jonathan. Don't worry, we're just having a good old chit-chat. Tash says, testicles of what animal? That would be pigs, did you say?
I didn't specify. I would imagine it. I'm actually not sure. That's a very good question.
I don't know. The idea, I suppose if they were put into a meal and nobody told me, I'd probably eat them. But I wouldn't knowingly eat them. Same with brain, as you said. Like monkey brain or something. Just no. I don't eat animal organs, generally.
They are from bulls. There you go. No, I just can't. I really can't. There's something about that.
Yeah, that's... Okay, let's get on to a happier subject. Favourite foods. Favourite foods in the chat. All-time favourite food. What's your favourite food, Jordan?
That's a good question. There's a lot of them.
Okay, well, a favourite.
Okay, are we going for like full-on foods, or is it? Would you accept something like a salami?
Yeah, it can be an item or a meal, whatever you.
Okay, for an item, salami, definitely.
Okay. And
for
do
a
you have
meal, I don't know. I like that pork shoulder.
That's not a meal.
What do you mean it's not a meal? You roast it, you put some bloody potatoes with it. Done.
So it's a roast pork shoulder then.
Yes. Okay. There you go. A roast pork shoulder. There you go.
Fair enough. Right, Fearless Bear says cookies. Any particular kind, Fearless Bear? Choc chip, I would imagine, but everyone likes their own thing. Pig trotters make glue. Yes, Rory Herbert, thank you for that. Philomena says roast dinner. She doesn't specify which, so I'm just assuming all of them. So Francis says roast chicken and all the trimmings. Michael Pagan says steak. I'm kind of there with you, Michael, honestly.
Or ribs.
What have we got? Peach from Fearless Bear. Jonathan says frog's legs. Is it true they taste like chicken, Jonathan? Can you confirm? Michael says fish.
Everybody always says something strange tastes like chicken. But chicken doesn't taste of anything. It's weird.
No, chicken has a flavour.
Not really.
Yeah, it does.
What's it taste of?
I can't describe it, but there is a flavour. Tell me what a turkey tastes like or beef tastes like.
I don't do turkey.
All right, goose.
Beef. Duck. Beef has like an earthy taste. Tastes like beef.
Yeah, exactly. Tastes like beef. Exactly. You can't describe it. You just know that it has a distinct flavour.
But I'm not saying, oh, it tastes like chicken.
I'm not saying beef tastes like chicken either.
I know. I'm just saying everyone always says stuff tastes like chicken. I don't know why.
Well, I didn't say it did. I was asking a question. Daffyd says roast beef and Yorkies, crumble and custard. Oh, which crumble? Apple crumble's my favourite.
Apple, 100% apple.
Michael says eggs. Just any way they come. All eggs. All variations of an egg meal. Sean Pete, this is very specific. Cream of asparagus and bacon soup. So Francis, roast potatoes. Michael says butter. Oh, you must love butter. One Easy Money says Yankee pot roast. What's in a Yankee pot roast, Easy Money, if you could share with us? Three through I can't speak now. Free through Christ says spare ribs. Rory says beef Wellington. Okay, that's a bit special. I do like that. Itash says cottage pie. I made cottage pie and it was delicious. I love anything basically with beef in it.
And then you were late to when we was meant to be recording.
I wasn't late.
Well, whatever. I don't remember what it was at. We were meant to be doing something, and you were too busy eating your cottage pie.
No, it's not too busy. It's a thing. You have to savor it. You can't just rush some things. Sean's confirming, yes, chicken flavour. There you go for frog's legs. Frog's legs. I can't speak.
A
Andrew says chicken
Yank
dinner. Go on.
a Yankee pot roast, by the looks of it, is just beef, onions, potatoes, carrots, as you can see on screen.
Is that beef processed in some way, or is that just really thick cuts?
No, that's cut like a door wedge.
Okay, that looks really nice. Yeah, so it's roast beef, carrot, celery, pearl onions, plus red wine. I can't read that, sorry. Is that a red wine sauce? Or
Where the
red
heck
wine?
are you reading that from?
I'm reading it from the...
Oh, plus a... Oh, right, so there you go. We can have a look. I do wish there was a shortcut to open something in the same window.
That does look nice.
A lot of ingredients going on here, lads.
Oh, yeah. Olive oil, onion. A large yellow onion. Is that just a regular onion for us?
I think it's white onion, yes.
Garlic cloves minced. Rosemary, thyme, red wine, beef stock, tomato paste, carrots, ribs, 3 celery ribs, sorry, pearl onions, 1 bay leaf, fresh rosemary, fresh thyme. And you have chopped and fresh. It does look amazing. It looks well worth the trouble. How long does it take
looks very
to make
nice.
that?
Let's find out.
The prep
How long do you
time
cook it
shouldn't be
for?
too long.
2.5 hours, there you go.
Does that include cooking time? It must do.
Yes.
Quick beef gravy recipe. I think you
Did
can
you
make...
want to click on that?
No, it's fine. A basic beef stock will make anything, and then you can add to it whatever you want. Depends what you fry off with the meat, essentially. That does look nice, though. Okay, question answered. Jonathan says slow-cooked rabbit. I kind of skipped over this. Andrew said Christmas dinner. It doesn't specify the trimmings. I'm assuming that's a turkey, but it could be duck or goose. Frog's legs jump higher than chicken legs. Haha. Daffy says frog's legs and chicken wings are identical. There you go. I've heard so many people say they taste like chicken.
What we should do is a stream on regional dishes within this country and then expand out to other places. That'd be quite interesting.
Zant says tea. I don't even know how to pronounce this. Easy money. Lumpia? I'm not sure what that is. Do you want to have a look, Jordan? Are you looking?
Yeah, so I'm also eating.
Oh my God. Whenever Jordan goes really quiet, he's doing something he shouldn't be doing. There we go. So what is that? It's like a spring roll at first glance. What is it? Okay, that writing's so tiny. I'm straining my eyes. You're going to have to read it out. And you've got a mouthful of food, haven't you? You could zoom in and I could read it. Oh, spring rolls. There you go. Ground pork, mixed vegetables. Crispy. Okay, that looks quite nice, that. Thank you for sharing. Daffyd says, I fed someone frog's leg sandwich instead of chicken. They couldn't tell I'm a rotten dad. So when you say someone, you mean one of your children. Okay, that's a bit mean. Apple crumble, says Philomena, to answer that question. Which crumble? Do agree. Apple crumble and custard is mwah. Free through Christ. I'm never going to get this right. I'm so sorry. It says macaroni with cheese and ham is a good second. Macaroni cheese. I don't know. I don't know if I'm a fan or not.
No, I'm not.
Oh, Sean says no. I was saying chicken is chicken flavour. Brilliant. So helpful. Thanks, Sean. Philomena says cookies. Will says potatoes. Sir Francis, oh, you've gone for the biscuits.
Why is potatoes so often mentioned as a favourite food? When it is favourite purely because it is so bland it goes with everything.
Or you could argue it's so versatile that it goes with everything. And you can add things to it. You can add things to mash, you can add cheese, and you can add cream and various flavourings. Roast potatoes are a firm favourite for Christmas dinner and a Sunday roast. You can make chips with them. You can make croquettes. They are incredibly versatile. And they're packed full of nutrients. They get such a bad rep.
They're not packed full of nutrients.
They are. Look it up.
What nutrient does a potato have?
Oh, I can't remember the list. Just look them up. There's a reason why we have such a large number of potatoes in our diet. Plus, British potatoes are the best.
Big potato bought us out. That's why they bought the government out.
Big potato.
Big potato.
Okay, so Francis says custard creams. Very specific. They're on the biscuits. I do like custard creams. What do you think about Bourbon creams? Is it Bourbon creams?
Bourbons are great.
The brown version of a custard cream.
Right, 1 minute. I have an update. Healthline is fake news. They've been bought by Big Potato.
Oh, would you look at that?
Packed with nutrients. No food person has ever thought a potato is packed with nutrients. One medium baked potato.
Let's have a look. Oh, look at that. So protein, fiber, vitamin C, vitamin B6, potassium, manganese, magnesium, phosphorus, niacin, and folate. Don't know what the folate is. That sounds like a lot of nutrients, I would say.
I don't buy it.
Fact check it.
I don't buy it at all. They've got antioxidants in them, apparently. May improve blood sugar control. What was the other bit? Naturally gluten-free. What was 4? May improve digestive health.
Oh, got a quick fact.
Incredibly filling. I'll agree with that. Carry on.
Can I share this fact before I forget it?
By all means.
I was reading some random, sometimes you go on Twitter or social media and you just get caught up in a moment. Someone was posting about chocolate digestives, or I was looking up something somewhere. And they said someone told them a story, some nutritionist told them a story about digestives. They'd researched it. Apparently the reason they're called digestives is because they contain laxatives. And they were designed originally to help aid digestion and to make you go. And then they were so tasty that they were marketed and packaged as a treat. And there you go. They're your chocolate digestives make you go.
They literally are digestives.
They literally are. Johnny Not Pal. I do like mint choc chip ice cream. Favourite ice cream, everyone, and favourite biscuit.
Rum and raisin is really good.
Zant says there are crisps in Ireland called Tatos. Tatos? I don't know how you pronounce it.
That's incredibly Irish.
Tatos.
All I hear is Samwise Ganji in the background.
Daffyd says pot roast for Silverside brisket. Anything with beef. Yum, yum, yum. Rory says oysters. I can't do oysters.
That's an amazing comment from Johnny.
I'm getting there. You had me leave one up on the chat for like 10 minutes because you refused to look it up. So I'm sorry, I'm going to have to catch up with you.
That's so good.
Brilliant. Beluga caviar. Oh no. No. Come on. Fish eggs. Oh, this sounds nice, Sean. Welsh cutlets of lamb with some fruity sauce and those creamy potatoes. That's another delish dish. Lobster. Not a big fan of seafood. Don't seem to eat much of it. I do like prawns, though. Michael Pagan says butter contains beta hydroxybutyrate, which is essential for the production of ketones. Sean says sausage, mashed gravy, and mushy peas. Man, ain't no snob. Oh, we had this discussion with Andrew about mushy peas. They look awful, I've got to say. They might taste great, but they look horrible. Sir Francis, man after my own heart. Fish and chips. Oh, yes. Tash says duck. Sean is asking what a frog's wings taste like. Ha ha. I can't pronounce that, so I'm just going to put it up on the screen. There you go. Oh, I'm really catching up now. Let me try and catch up.
Right, I've only just stopped laughing. I do have something for the mushy peas. 1 second. I need to
What
find
does
that
1,000 kilograms
adorable
of Chinese
picture again.
food weigh? 1 ton. Mashed chips. Mashed chips roasties. Ah, okay, not all together. Gotcha.
I can't find that truly, truly horrific picture we found the other day when we were talking with Andrew.
What, the mushy peas one?
Yeah.
Oh, it did look awful. It looked like the cottage cheese, but green.
No, it was worse. It looked really, really bad.
Apple and rhubarb crumble is Nico's favourite. Itash says biggest vitamin C deliverant in our diet. You're talking about potatoes here. I'm so sorry, everyone. I'm catching up. Xanth is currently fasting from evening snacking. Good for you. Fearless Bear says McDonald's meat is Chinese political prisoners. Uncle Cracker Barrel says I've put on weight just watching this. Don't eat Ben and Jerry's. No, we're boycotting Ben and Jerry's. Everyone knows why. Is this the one? A pomme de terre. Daffy, Turkish Delight. Oh my God. Has anyone ever tried Turkish Delight? It's like the jelly you get in cat food covered in chocolate.
Yes, that was the comment. Pomme de terre.
Michael says digestive biscuits were originally called graham crackers.
There was another comment as well.
I'm getting there.
I don't remember. I think it may have been around there. You're going to see.
This one? We Irish invented sunscreen, called it a pub. Johnny Not Powell says, oh, harsh. How many potatoes does it take to kill an Irishman? 0. You lived on an island. Why didn't you fish? That's all I'm saying.
I like Turkish Delight. There's nothing wrong with it.
It's rank.
I can't find the mushy peas picture I want, and all others aren't doing it justice purely because I've seen the worst possible variant of mushy peas.
Yeah,
this tin of mushy peas, chat, it just came out as a solid lump into a pan, and it looked horrific.
Sean says, yes, sizzling king prawns in garlic. Sir Francis had mushy peas on Friday. Andrew says duck in orange sauce. Duck l'orange.
Right, now how doesn't that look appetizing to you, Joe?
No, just no.
It's slightly solidified jelly.
Exactly.
It's yummy.
I don't really like jelly.
That's fair enough. Okay.
And it doesn't matter if you smother it in chocolate. It's still crap jelly covered in chocolate. Absolutely not worth the hassle.
Yeah, but look at that.
Sean is asking, why don't we have mushy beans? Well, we do if you overcook them.
The Mexicans Mexicans do. They call them refried beans. Also, it would take some serious doing to overcook a bean.
King prawns. Turkish Delight ice cream is rosewater flavour. Oh, that sounds bland and boring. That's interesting, Michael. Thank you for that. Potatoes are from the nightshade family of plants.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at that. Prawns are amazing.
Same as tomatoes. There you go. That is my one gardening fact.
When I was little, in the good old days when we still had pubs, and we used to have seafood stores outside of pubs, I'm sure most people will remember them because they've only disappeared in the last 20 odd years. My mum used to buy big bags of prawns and bring them home. And I had an issue with the pregnant ones. And I couldn't eat them because you could see all the prawn spawn all like stuck around its stomach. And I just like, oh my God, why don't you just scrape it off and wash them? Nasty. Oh, Daffyd, you're killing me. That can't be true. Is that true? Sean says prawns aren't the same as tomatoes. Well, no, we're not saying they're the same. Is scampi a prawn? No, I don't think so.
No, I have no idea what scampi is, actually.
I know it's fish, or it's seafood, rather. Rory says, we're halfway through Lent. God demands that you have mushy peas with your fish on Friday. Do you know, I know a lot of people who are non-religious. I mean, they're sort of non-denominational. I don't know what their beliefs are regarding gods, who still have Fish Fridays. But they don't go to church or anything, and maybe it's just a tradition that's stuck. But I know a lot of people who have Fish Fridays or Fish and Chip Fridays. I think the chips are a new addition, but the fish thing, yes. So what is scampi?
It's a tiny prawn. I didn't
No.
realise. I didn't know that.
I didn't
Makes
know
sense.
that.
The right sort of shape.
I've never seen it prawn shaped. Maybe it's always cut up before it's served.
Is that how you've seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah, same here, or this sort of shape.
Like little nuggets.
What is a scampi? Must be closely related to a langoustine then. It's kind of that same sort of flavour.
They must be the same family, surely.
Well, they're definitely the same family, yes.
Right, Michael is saying, as are. Hang on, let me find your original comment. So, because there's quite a gap between them. Potatoes are from the nightshade family of plants. Then Michael goes on to say, as are peppers, tomatoes, and eggplant.
Didn't know aubergines were.
Tomatoes. And citrus fruits are terpenoids. Turnpenoids.
The heck?
I don't know what that means, unfortunately. Salmon on pizza? No. Dangerfield says, scampi in the UK is langoustine, aka a Dublin Bay prawn. There you go. Michael says, battered fish is Portuguese, like tempura in Japan. Oh, Sean, no. Tiny octopuses. Sean says it was unwieldy to eat. Everything kept falling off or crawling off. Terpenoids. Thank you. Yes, I misread that the first time.
I'm just looking into it, and it is a part of the same family that turpentine is. So the sap that you get out of pine trees. Have you ever been around a pine tree that's been recently cut down or cut into?
No, I haven't.
It's a very, very strong smell of turpentine. Very, very surprising.
So basically, everything we eat is poisonous to some degree. Then, brilliant.
Well, I think everything is once you start digging in far enough.
Although I suppose we're talking about plants, then I'm going to go full carnivore.
Oh yeah, that's much better.
If I had to give up meat or vegetables, I'd definitely give up vegetables in a heartbeat.
Oh God, yes.
I don't know that I could give up meat, to be perfectly honest. A terpenoid is a paranoid turnip. I'm confused tonight. You're not the only one. This is really interesting information, genuinely. Obviously, these things are safe to eat, or at least we have rendered them safe in that we have the ability to eat them safely and digest them. It's still very interesting information, though, so thank you for sharing that.
It's always interesting to me how something can be related to something else that is extremely, extremely toxic and is like perfectly edible.
Terpenoia. We should coin that phrase. The next time we have the gardening show, if we start to get worried about, plants not growing properly, we can all bombard Jonathan with our terpenoia and hope he can answer our questions. I'm sure he will. Okay, right. I think it's that time.
Indeed it is.
What time do you ask?
Lemon
to get
time.
citrusy. Yes. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. It was a bit of a random stream tonight, just chatting, really. Thank you, everyone, for turning up.
Before we go, yesterday's stream was extremely annoying. There was an echo on it, and that's why we didn't put it out. We didn't realise until Joe went to upload it about 2 o'clock.
And a buzz.
The buzz is frustrating, but certainly acceptable.
You could have heard the stream with a buzz. What you couldn't have heard was, Jordan just wasn't there. So
it was me coming. I was there. That was the problem. There was too many of me's there. There was like 4 of me's. We have a solution though, and the solution is one, we've actually fixed the problem, and beyond that, I'm going to start recording on my end as well as a backup.
Yes. Oh,
it is kind of
one,
ironic.
wasn't it? Where I was just talking to myself.
Yeah, there was that one as well, but we won't go into that. Basically, we recorded yesterday's stream 3 times, and then by the time like going live came, it was like we don't want to do this because we've already done it 3 times.
Yeah, as you can imagine, once we've talked about a subject 3 times, we're like, I'm never talking about that thing ever again. Yeah. And they were such great discussions too.
The second one was awesome.
Never mind.
Second one was really, really heartbreaking to lose that. That was awful.
We've put things in place though, so hopefully it won't happen again. So yeah, apologies.
I expect it to happen again. Just hopefully it won't happen for a very, very, very long while.
I hope you weren't too disappointed, and if you were no more disappointed than we were. It was a bit soul crushing, to be honest. But never mind. We fixed what we think is the problem, and hopefully that's it resolved.
Yeah.
Okay, is everyone ready for some lemony goodness? Here we go.
I think we did put the lemons in.
I did. I just haven't dished them out. Oh, do you mean in the chat?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, thank you, Easy Money. It's really good to talk to you this evening. Thank you for your comments. We had some really great comments from everyone. So thank you so much with your suggestions. And yes.
God dang it.
Good chat. Okay, so luckiest followers. This is not the whole list. We've got English Will, Philomena, Johnny Not Powell, Phyllis, Bert, and Xanth. So enjoy your lemons. Thank you, everyone who joined us this evening. And yeah, again, apologies for nothing last night, I'm afraid. But hopefully that's the end of that problem. For everyone else, thank you for joining us. Sorry you're not getting the lemons. Those are a D-Live thing.
We had the joke.
Yes. Go on. Do you want to read it out?
No, you can.
What kind of lemon performs charity work? Lemonade. Speaking of which, those people who hate us are asking for money for, is it Red Nose Day?
Indeed.
Yeah, so, another company to boycott. Our money's not good enough. I don't know why they're asking for it, but there you go. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We will be back with a podcast, another podcast in the series talking about the BIT team. If anyone has forgotten, that's the Behavioural Insights team. I'm going to talk about how the government nudges us, coerces us, influences our decisions, so that we do the things they want us to do.
Yeah, we've finally gotten into the meat of this series.
Yes.
We didn't expect the first one to go on quite as long as it did. It probably our fault, to be honest, but
it's such a fascinating subject.
it is.
But
It
this
is
week,
extremely
you're going
interesting.
to learn the mindset of the man behind the Behavioural Insights team, and it's very illuminating. So, yes, we hope you enjoy. So that will be here on. Oh,
Tuesday.
that will be on YouTube only, on Tuesday at 7:30. So hopefully you'll be there to join us. Thank you, everyone.
Indeed. See you then.
Have a good evening.